Good evening, dear friends, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. It is Saturday night, and on Saturday night, we take part in a whole range of exciting adventures here on the channel. And we take part in these adventures with a whole range of real favourites and friends on our channel. We have one of those tonight. More about that in a second, but it is an absolute joy to have anyone watching here this evening. You're very welcome. Whether it's your first time, whether it is your 100th time, whether you've subscribed for as many months as Sock Fiddler, which I don't think many people have, you are welcome. We're going to run, I don't know, a couple of hours and more tonight. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Unless anyone's got to be anywhere. Feels like a nice time to settle in and enjoy some real sort of 1930s pulpy adventurous vibes together. So put on the old smoking jacket, grab your finest decanter full of whatever liquid you're drinking, light the cigars, grab the nearest cat, put it on your lap, put your feet up by the fire, and we're going to have a nice, wonderful, enveloping hug of a session this evening. Please feel free to lurk or chat, whichever you fancy. If you're lurking right now, you maybe notice that Sock Fiddler's messaging with us, our beloved fiddler. She is giving a good example of the fact that we love to chat with our viewers. So feel free to do that if you wish, or lurk if you don't. The subscriptions are rolling in. Well, look at you, Ben. You've hit 50 as well. It's just trying to prove that you're as loyal as Fids.
Have to stand up for the team.
We're doing big numbers tonight. Exactly. 50's big, man. Playing cricket, I know, that's big. Right, we've got some things available. If you click the red sun, spend some points. Something we like to do is this one. Invincible! Other things we might like to do is this one. Another thing we like to do is this one. Especially as it's now Christmas themed for Ewan, because we have entered that season. So click around, spend some points, see what you want to do, get involved in the story. Spez is in the house as well. The day is just getting better and better and better. And we're about to... Rudi's book. That does mean you have to quote something from it, though. And anyone can make him quote a bit from Rudi's book. Just buy it and say a page. They'll have to tell you something about what's on that page. So have a click around, have a bit of fun, see what you want, dear friends. It's a nice chill night tonight because we're playing a game called Tony and Rudi brackets and Gaston on the Danube. Now, believe it or not, for those watching, we didn't realise until we looked. This adventure started 2 years ago. Life is going too fast. It's terrifying. And it feels like it's drawing to an end. You'll soon find out from the introduction how close our heroes are to really uncovering the whole thing, perhaps. For this is a tale based on adventuring and archaeology and treasure hunting and fisticuffs and gunfights set in the late 1930s. And I, Luke, am just a humble storyteller who gets to spend time with 3 of the most amazing role players and characters that a man could wish to hope for. The first, down there at the bottom left, is my brother from another mother, the housewife's favourite, the Floofmeister General, a cricketing legend. Here's Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Hello, Luke. I'm doing really well, thanks. I'm doing really well. I'm glad that we're into the second season of the 2 seasons of Standing for Ewan.
Exactly.
It feels a late Christmas after what's been a very long Easter.
Well, you know, I can't be bothered to come up with 12 different ones.
Yeah,
Halloween, Ewan, and I don't know, Yom Kippur, Ewan. That feels a bit like that'd be walking a fine line, to be honest.
Probably.
Oh, so
I'm a little bit upset there's no Hanukkah UN though, to be honest.
well, if I've got some time tomorrow,
Thanks.
is that specifically for Hanukkah year? Don't have it elsewhere. That's the closest we can have. But anyway, Ewan, as lovely as it is to talk with you,
Mm.
I feel like I'm going to spend more of my evening interacting with your character. So please tell me more about him.
Ideally, yes, that would be the best way to spend your evening, I think. Especially seeing as my character, Gaston Delarue, the French-born Gaston Delarue, is quite a chatty person. I feel like I can say this because it's not about me. There's numbers on a piece of paper, so it's not objective. Quite likes to chat around. Working currently for a newspaper. reporting on the fabled stories, quite often fabled stories of his two good friends, Tony and Rudi. I'd say good friends by this point. That's all I've got. That's all the chat I've got about my chatty character. Come back to me later.
Of course, the best thing, of course, with regards to Gaston and Rudi and Tone, if I remember the intro to San Moritz, he'd turn up late, so he basically spent one evening with them, and then that whole episode about hypnosis, he literally spent that's 5 minutes. So he spent one evening, 5 minutes of real time, and about 4 hours of this afternoon with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good friends.
Pretty much. And that one evening went on for quite a long time, I feel. many turns over and over again. Could have been like a whole year.
Is you an accidentally playing Fimbria? Well, it's 'cause his eyes are awkwardly large. Oh, yeah, good old Gaston. We like Gaston. He was a strong addition to the team because you see, dear viewer, when this first started, we had only two heroes, and what a beautiful combination they were. The first was played by a man who is the smartest man in any room, who lives his entire life in the Twin Peaks dream sequence, and is often being found carried around Faversham atop the shoulders of six heavily oiled Eastern European gentlemen. He is the wonderful Ben. Good evening, Ben. How are you?
I am well, thank you. I'm very well, and obviously in honour of tonight's stream, it is Central European gentlemen at the moment.
That's it. Of a very vague, very vague nationality.
All of my gentlemen are of vague nationality.
Speaking of which, why don't you tell us about the one you're playing in this adventure?
Right. Yes. Well, I play. Thank you. Yes. So I was trying to work out how long to leave an awkward pause. I play Tony Guerrero.
I can't have all of you being awkward.
He's an Italian academic and increasingly a believer that the world needs people of daring do to go and rescue it from itself. So he is leaning hard into that. I suspect a world that he simply would not have got into without the help of his friends.
Stu, why don't you tell us about his fashion choices? Sparrow's in, so now seems a good time.
Well, he is not uncommonly for an Italian of this era, in fact, a great believer in very fine cream linen shirts. With
undone to the navel, billowing in the breeze.
No, of this era. Not whatever era is happening in your head. No, of this era. With a fairly thin tie, and of course his signature trousers, of which he brought 6 on this mission, though actually the opportunity to change them has not come up that often.
That's a talent.
Oh, we're not doing well enough if that's the case. Well, what a hero he is. And luckily for him, though, there is an even more heroic man alongside him to just make up for all his shortcomings. And this man is played by an even more heroic man. This is a man, ladies and gentlemen, that has defeated COVID. He's literally taken it and laughed in its face. He's on tonight, the most powerful alcohol known to man. Any people that have watched previous, if anyone's watched any old episodes, you know what to expect. His body is carved of marble. His liver is screaming out in agony. He is this month's centerfold of Pognophile Monthly. He is the magnificent John. Good evening, John. How are you?
What a lovely intro. Greetings, everyone. I am John. Welcome to tonight's stream. I'm so excited to be here. This is the quickest turnaround of Tony and Rudi and Gaston adventures we ever had. It's only been 2 weeks. And 2 weeks ago, indeed, I was telling the boys that I wasn't feeling so well. And the next day, I indeed started having COVID or something. I suppose I already had COVID, but I haven't figured it out. It was the first time I ever had COVID. That's why we make so much a deal out of it. I know it's old news by this point, but it's been the first time for me. It has been okay. I survived it. We're not going to get into details of my health right now. I'm very excited for the quickest turnaround of Tony Rudi and the Gaston adventures ever. As I said, it's the most important part. Only 2 weeks. Super surprised and nostalgic and emotional, really, how it's been 2 years already into this adventure, and over like 4 since we ever started playing, and 20 plus sessions. So yeah, lots of things to be excited about. But I suppose you would like to learn more about my character, isn't that so, Luke?
I'll tell you what, let's do that.
Yeah, it will be only fair. All right, let's get through it one more time. Rudi Otto is a German-born but really caravan-raised man of a rather imposing posture and structure. Has been a very big and muscular with broad shoulders person all his life. That physical gifts of his led him to be an amateur boxer and then turned pro boxer. He ended up retiring with a whopping record of 9-0. He was on his way to even challenge the heavyweight champion of the time, 1930s era, whoever that might be. But the thing that most people misjudged him for was that he wasn't really, a brute or like a warrior really at heart. He was a lover of academia. So he took all that funds that he had accumulated from boxing, and he turned his life around and pursued his dreams. And he became indeed a historian. He learned about the histories of the world, ancient civilizations. He pursued his career and his dream with a passion. That passion led him to Tony Guerrero. Together they made a very dynamic duo, discovered lots of things. They even tingled and dipped their toes with the occult. Actually, since I have a +2, Rudi really studied the occult and really went deep after realizing, the true secrets of this world. He went through a dark phase. He owned a beard. Now he's back to his mustache phase. He's certainly, a bigger side fella. He's eating a lot. He's enjoying. He's enjoying life, much like I am these days in real life. And yeah. How could I forget? And his latest endeavor is he has written a book which is called Ringside Rituals, a boxer's grapple with history's hidden forces. It's a tell-all tale. It's a fascinating book. I'm not going to spoil everything. You should definitely go and grab it if you're living in the 1930s era. And and now he's caught up against the Legion, his arch nemesis Carl, Carl!
Carl.
The wrath of Carl. So that's all from me. Back to you, Luke. Thank you.
Thank you very
Cheerio.
much, John. So I feel really ready now. I think we've got 3 great heroes. We have a tale. We have mystery. We have adventure. We've got excitement. And if the 3 of you and you, dear friends watching, are ready, I think we'll kick on with the latest chapter of Tony and Rudi, brackets and Gaston, on the Danube. Well, here we are, dear friends, here at Jugendherberg Koffler, and with our 3 heroes in quite a pickle. I'm pretty sure this is still the 9th of March, 1938, but the period of unconsciousness that enveloped them as they tried to escape the dining room means that even I am now not quite certain of the exact time, which, as you'll know from me, is quite a thing. All I can offer you, my patient viewers, is an overview of what I do know for sure. Well, we're indeed upstairs in the youth hostel, along the bank of the mighty Danube River here in Vienna, but we're very much not alone. Downstairs, it's very likely that there are still 19 current residents of the Jugendherberg, unconscious from the gas canisters thrown in by the members of Legion, and with half still bound to chairs with grenades tied to them, while apparently 4 have seemingly managed to escape the building. Also downstairs is the dead body of 1 Legion soldier, killed by our heroes as he stood guard in reception. Also, there is an unknown number of dead Legion bodies littering the outside, after undefeated boxer, occult specialist, museum curator, adventurer, and soon-to-be critically acclaimed author, Rudi Otto, obliterated the exterior wall with 2 cinematically tossed grenades. Now, upstairs. This is where things get more interesting. You see, there's a whole lot of unknown going on with regards to the whereabouts of the man with piercing blue eyes, the seeming leader of this mysterious legion. The man who had our heroes tied up, threatened them to hand over the ancient artifacts recovered by our heroes at Café Kaufmann, the house of Elena Fischer, and Condottiere Leitner, and seems to have masterminded this whole artifact hunt for months, having been present at the launch of the SS Cans and the night before Tony and Rudi's critically acclaimed speech in St. Moritz. Currently, he's somewhere with a posse of goons, but has left Tony, Rudi, Gaston, and a gaggle of archaeologists, Egyptologist Monsieur Henri Canard, ancient Greek specialist Rufus Hightower, Roman expert Anna Zukov, and Swedish expert on ancient Persia, Lars Persson, tied to chairs. Discussion between the party had uncovered the fact that the Egyptian artifact was still safely on Gaston's person. The Greek artifact, fittingly, still resided with Rudi, while the Roman artifact had been found and removed from Tony while he was unconscious, while Lars's had been stuffed in his jacket in his room somewhere. With it vital to both escape and recover the artifacts in order to prevent Legion from potentially using them as a mystical compass to track down an item of immense power, our OG heroes managed the first step and took off down the corridor towards Lars's room, leaving young Saucepot, 1937's alluring smoker of the year and lover of 1,000 women, Gaston Delarue, in charge of the aforementioned gaggle of archaeologists. At this point, we found ourselves rapidly on the receiving end of not 1, not 2, but 3 mighty cliffhangers. The least concerning cliffhanger was that of trouser, fine wine, and trousers covered in fine wine connoisseur Tony Guerrero, who last we saw was standing over an unconscious Legion soldier with chair leg in hand, and still wondering how a supposedly intelligent man such as Monsieur Henri Canard had managed to fall for such an obviously fake awards ceremony trap that led them all to this point. The second cliffhanger was one that, while dangerous, no doubt left Rudi Otto with a wry smile on his face. Having slipped into Lars Persson's room on the trail of the final artifact, instead he was shocked by the sound of the door locking behind him and the armed figure of Carl. the undercover Legion soldier who had betrayed our heroes and knocked Rudi unconscious. Carl was there with a pistol in one hand and the Persian artifact in the other. It appeared yet again that Carl had gotten the upper hand over our beloved German gypsy. Our third and final cliffhanger was perhaps the most shocking of all. Having stashed his archaeologists in another room, infamous pervert Gaston had followed his usual style of heading for the nearest women's dormitory. However, finding it empty and without a fire escape, Gaston had turned to find ancient Roman specialist Anna Zukov standing at the door and raising a pistol up to point right between his eyes. Shock, horror, betrayal, and all our players upon the same stage here in Vienna, just a short walk from the mighty Danube. All 4 artifacts are here, the archaeologists are here, Legion and the man with the piercing blue eyes are here, Tony, Rudi, and Gaston are here, Carl's here, and most importantly, dear viewer, you are here. It is sometime in what looks to be the early evening on the 9th of March 1938. And I have no idea who we're going to start with first.
Well, we've all contrived to not actually have visual sight of each other, haven't we?
You have very much split the party.
Yes.
Hmm.
I mean,
Pretty
we're
much.
all within like 18 feet of each other, but we can't see each other.
Yeah.
There's cheap wooden doors between all of you.
Yeah.
For those looking at the map, Tony Guerrero, I'll load it up for those that are watching, just so we can get an idea. I'm going to flash up a little red circle on the map, which hopefully you'll all see.
Okay.
Tony Guerrero is currently there, dear viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Standing
In that
over
sort of corridor.
Standing over a downed gentleman. Good evening, Angie. Thank you for popping by. Always a pleasure. Rudi Otto is in here, the single room which had been hired by Lars Persson. He's in there with his new friend Carl. While Gaston Delarue, I believe, is in female dorm 3, I believe. I think. Yes. No, female dorm. Yeah, female dorm 2. Yeah, female dorm 2. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Female dorm 2. So that's where our 3 heroes are all split up. Theoretically, our archaeologists are in male dorm 1, where they've been hidden. And we have no idea where the man with piercing blue eyes, where Legion are. But they did say they would be coming up again shortly. So I think it would be fair to accept the 3 of you may not be in the state you are for long. So let's go for Gaston Delarue. So,
Wonderful, perfect. Thanks, Luke. Just
That's
what I
okay.
wanted. Remind me again what was said, or was it you who just led me into
you
the situation that I'm in?
So well, you chose. Don't you start blaming me. You chose
No.
this dormitory. And
Yeah. Looking for the window.
You went in there either hoping for half a dozen attractive young Swedish girls who had been missed by Legion, or a fire escape. One of the two.
Yeah,
I can't remember which. Yeah, one of the two. You looked out the window. The fire escape for this floor is in the window on the private quarters at the end. As you turned around to leave again, you came face to face with Anna Zukov, who entered the room, closed the door, and raised the pistol between your eyes.
Having had a moment of shock and horror, never before being double crossed, at least not on the stream. Luke, does Gaston recognise Anna, having had a moment to have a good look at her?
I tell you what, Gaston, why don't you roll?
Oh no.
an education with a bonus chat of all trades, and there's a reason for that, which you might find out.
Ooh, I might. That is good. That is a 10 total.
Oh. Now, you've seen and spoken to this woman before. And it was something that had been playing at the back of your mind, but not something you'd brought forwards, clearly, because you'd not thought about doing it until this point. Congratulations.
Thanks.
But now she's there standing there. Maybe there's something in the way that her expression is, the angle that she turned round to. But it is the lady who was with the man with piercing blue eyes when you bumped into them that night in your flashback at St. Moritz.
Gaston goes for his inside pocket and pulls out the cigar case. His cigarette, gets a cigarillo out, puts it in his mouth and lights it. It all falls into place, doesn't it? It was December 1937, just over half a year since the fateful voyage of the SS Carnes that left numerous innocent and not so innocent people dead, and numerous pairs of Tony Guerrero's trousers ruined beyond the capabilities of the best dry cleaners in Milan. St. Moritz, I believe, and whilst I might not be the quickest to remember, I do never forget a beautiful face, Miss Zukov. Is it actually?
Sorry, I'm still reeling. He asked me for that intro weeks ago, and I totally just... Oh, excellent! Kudos to you. Anna Zukov. The gun still pointed at you. She allows herself a smile. And she says, I did wonder if you recognised me, and yet it seemed that none of you did. All this time, I was thinking that moment where our lives crossed on the on that outdoor patio, St. Moritz, with the cold. That winter, the night before, Tony and Rudi's great speech, that life-changing for many people there. And there you were too with them. It was just but a short moment, and I did wonder if you had. Of course, I avoided you until this point. I couldn't risk it. I chose to leave the boarding house when I heard that you were on the way. I was tipped off by some friends. And I thought, well, when the time is right, I'll make sure that I'm the one on top. I'm sure a man like you prefers it when you're on top. But tonight, it's me, Gaston Delarue.
To be honest, I find myself equally happy in either situation, provided there's not a gun pointed at me. Surely there's no need for that. I'm not my good friends Tony or Rudi.
Roll a charisma with a seduction.
Oh. Oh.
That's a 4 plus 4, 8.
Anna motions with the gun to a chair, sort of across. But there's a small in the dormitory. You've got the bunks down either side, and then you have a couple of writing desks pushing against the wall and one underneath the bed. And they each have underneath the table. Sorry, and they each have like a simple wooden chair pushed underneath. And she motions to one of them at the other end of the room with her pistol. He says, make yourself comfortable. There's no reason why the two of us have to stand so stiffly on parade.
And he will take a long, slow drag from his cigarillo, and he'll make his way over to the chair. As he pulls it out,
Pulls what out?
the chair,
Okay.
Luke, the chair.
Okay. Sorry. Socks and Sparrow are getting in my head. Sorry.
Can you make an attempt to accidentally knock it over as loudly as possible?
Yeah, you can. But do you want it to be obvious or like it's a mistake?
Like it's a mistake.
In which case, that will be an agility, please. Flat agility.
Okay. No driving.
Not this time.
That's a 7.
As you sort of pull the chair out and attempt to knock it over, you the seat catches a bit on the top of the desk, so it does make a noise, and it does, from what you can tell, it does appear accidental, but maybe the noise isn't quite as loud as you hoped it would be. So you can't quite tell at this point how successful it was. As you settle yourself down, she does indeed place the pistol back inside what appears to have been quite a well-hidden internal holster that you wouldn't have noticed till this point. She pulls up another chair. She sits herself down near the door and pulls out a packet of cigarettes and holds one to her lips and lights one. Crosses her legs in the air, a bit femme fatale. He says, "So, Mr. Delarue, how have you found this city of Vienna? Have you enjoyed your afternoon here?"
It's quite beautiful. Quite a nice place. It's not often that I find myself alone in a female dorm room with a woman. It must be said. Tell me, where's your friend? The one with perhaps, I suppose, the second most beautiful eyes in all of Vienna.
We're going to make a weird. I'm going to break the rules a little bit because it's normally for combat, but for Gaston, his schmoozing is very much a combat. So, so you're going to make an opposed.
I feel like he's been told that.
You're going to make an opposed roll against her charisma. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to roll. You can add your seduction, and the highest will win. Okay.
That's very kind. Oh, you're doing well tonight. That is a 9.
Nice, but I'm not going to tell you her seduction, but it can't beat yours. Like her charisma, but with a 4, it's not going to be able to beat yours.
Okay. Thanks, Sox.
Put it in the bank.
I will.
She smiles. Says, I know the man you're talking about. Don't worry. He's not far away. He'll be here soon. He'll be interested to hear about how two of you still have your artifacts after all. I think I wouldn't be surprised if one of our number, if Carl had recovered another by now. It won't be long until our leader has everything he needs, and I guess at that point he won't need you anymore. Maybe he might need Rudi and Tony for a short period of time, but you, a young, some would say attractive, French,
some have,
reporter has limited use when it comes to matters of history, archaeology, and dark forces. Would you not say?
I would say that's quite narrow-minded. If you can't think of a use for me, then I guess that must be true.
Do you?
He'll
Yep.
Is there an ashtray around?
It's the 1930s. There's ashtrays everywhere. There's ashtrays on ashtrays.
He'll go to stub out his cigarello, and then he's going to try and flick it towards the bed. And it is the 1930s, so everything's flammable.
Everything's
Highly
very flammable. That feels. Are you being open about this, or are you being sneaky about it?
Yeah, he'll be quite open. He'll be quite confident and calm about doing it.
Okay. Agility. Oh, you don't have daring do. What a shame.
Yeah, we can't all be daring. Right, I'm gonna use my boom.
Okay, it's a big moment.
Oh,
Even though Soccer said no, which I assume is to the idea. It's not a 3, that is a 4 plus a 4 for an 8.
oh, you had 7, but you still went for boom. Interesting.
I just used it straight away. Like, I just used it without seeing what I'd rolled.
Okay.
The stub of the cigarillo arcs beautifully through the air. Anna sort of spots it. You see her expression, her eyes sort of open a bit as she notices that it's not just sort of a casual French flick to the floor, but actually something a bit more than that. She would expect that of you. But something a bit more. It sort of flicks end over end and lands on one of the blankets there. And there's a moment where nothing happens, and then you see sort of a thin trail of grey smoke heading up, and it starts to smoulder.
So does Gaston.
Tony goes, oh, he always does. There's no starting. Tony Guerrero,
Yeah. Huh?
I need you to roll something, please. I would like you to roll.
A cigarette.
This is a heavy smoking stream tonight. The mood is close. You're a man that's one door away. You're distance away, but you're one door away.
Yes.
I need you to roll an education, and I need you to hit 9 to hear if you heard when that chair first clunked. So we're rolling back a couple of minutes here.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I've got any skills that will help with this.
Well, extra hearing.
Yeah. Okay. Seven total.
Tony Guerrero is standing, brooding over the downed body of a Legion soldier. His good friend Rudi Otto has left, as he knows that Tony is powerful and strong enough to finish things off, and he's gone looking for artifacts, maybe in last person's room, leaving Tony with his chair leg in hand, hulking up a little bit, if the Hulk was around back then, and standing sort of one leg either side of the man's shoulders, over the top of him. If this was 90 years later, he would have considered teabagging him, but teabagging hadn't been invented by them. So instead, Here we are.
Okay, so first things first. Almost as soon as he's hit the ground, because I mean this is happening fast, isn't it?
Yes.
I'd like to go through his pockets, please, quickly. Find out if he's carrying a gun. Find out if he's got any identification, any papers, that kind of thing.
How thorough are you being?
We're not doing cavity searches here, but pockets.
Okay. Roll for me an education, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's 10 total. Where was that a few seconds ago?
Oh, I'm lost in the time loops now.
Yeah.
Right. You have.
Doesn't feel great, does it, Luke?
It doesn't. Stuck in a trap. You find a few things. You find a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome to open it, but we can go into that in a minute.
Yeah.
You find a few assorted notes, which is good if you want to go back and buy some pastries, of course.
Of course.
From the condottiere. The man is armed. The man has I can never say it, Steyr, Steyr, Solothurn MP-34 submachine gun. Austrian produced.
Okay. Well, I will. When you say notes, you mean like banknotes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not in his trouser pocket; it's strapped around him. He was just very pleased to see him. So
I'll happily let the banknotes flutter back down onto him. I'm not stealing his
shillings,
money.
his Austrian shillings.
Indeed. But I will take the wallet in case it's got anything of note in it and pop it open. And I will pick up the SMG and throw the strap, assuming it has its strap attached.
It does have a strap attached.
I will throw that over my shoulder and go through his wallet quickly.
Very fine. Okay. In his wallet, you have a few more shillings. You have a business card, like an old business card,
mm-hmm.
which was for the Cafe Kaufmann that
mm-hmm.
you first at. It's slightly blood splattered around the edge of that. Smells slightly of the whole wallet smells slightly smoky.
Uh-huh.
Then you've got some notes, some banknotes. These banknotes are, I believe it's a Rentenmark, German currency.
Okay.
Between the war, German currency.
Mm-hmm.
And you have an ID card. The ID card is German.
Mm-hmm.
And the name on it is Leopold
mm-hmm.
Kessler.
Leopold Kessler.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a government issued ID or membership card of an organization? Or
it
something?
Does appear to be government issued.
Right. So it's effectively his state ID card.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Right. I will obviously tuck the ID card in my pocket.
Yep.
I will put the wallet in my other pocket.
Yep.
including the German marks in case we need that for evidence or whatever later.
Yeah.
Now, I have no idea what's going on in the other rooms, do I?
You don't.
Okay, so my logic says that based on where I am, I can see the doors that both Rudi and Gaston, in brackets,
Gaston in brackets.
went into.
You can.
Rudi's is almost beside me, and Gaston's is in line of sight down the corridor.
Yep, they are both closed.
Well, in that case, I will plant myself right in the bottom right-hand corner of that corridor.
Yep. I'll tell you what.
Bracing myself in that corner with the gun ready to raise and shoot if necessary, not knowing who's coming and from where, and if there's any threat from inside doors we haven't opened. And I'm going to cover that corridor so that to my right, effectively, I've got a good line onto that door right there, but also I can keep the entire corridor in view.
Perfect.
And I'm going to wait for my colleagues to return, knowing that they will have been successful and had no trouble at all in their endeavours.
Well, a man who more often than not is successful in his endeavours is Rudi Otto. A man who is in fact undefeated, 9-0 in the ring, and I think at least another 2 or 3-0 in adventures since then. But perhaps right now he's at a moment of uncertainty, for he has just turned round to see a face that he really doesn't like very much. It is a man who is the source of the massive headache he's got right now. A man with small brown eyes, a small stereotypical moustache, 5'10", 30s. It is Carl, and Carl is stood there, pistol in one hand and the ancient Persian artifact in the other. As you turn around Rudi Otto from Lars Persson's empty jacket to face him. He just looks at the artifact. Quick look at the pistol as he's pointing at you. He smiles. So, Herr Otto. Looks like I've got one up on you yet again.
Sorry, my camera is lagging a bit as I say. Apologies for the lag. So let's get into character. It seems I've underestimated you, Carl.
Well,
Once again, as it seems.
you wouldn't be the first, Herr Otto. Many a time have I outthought, outwitted, and outpowered greater men than you. You just an overweight, washed old man. It's no surprise that you stand there while such a powerful, athletic man as I stand with your life in my hands.
Now, there is no need to trying to boost yourself and your morale up. No one's gonna believe fairy tales like the ones you're telling right now. So you still have the gun. You still have the surprise on me. You still have what I was looking for. There's no need to, spinning up fairy tales now. But you do have the upper hand. You have the ante. I will give you that. So I suppose you are in control of what happens next. You shoot me and you alarm my colleagues? Do you make for a rush escape and you take all the credits that you are the one who secured the artifact for your boss, your leader? Thank you, Socks.
Herr Otto, you speak with a poisonous tongue. What might save your life and play to my ego, as you may have noticed, is if I was to come into possession of another of the two artifacts we don't have. Now, if we were to say that maybe the artifact from Greece or Egypt was to suddenly find itself by my feet, then maybe a man such as yourself could live to fight another day. I would be a hero. You, it could be said, had run off skulking in the dark. No harm done. What say you?
Obviously, we've secured those artifacts in the most secure places. So I'm afraid you're going to have to do with the victory you have in hand right now.
Please, could you roll for me, Rudi? A charisma, please.
Charisma, yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right. I have Sox's boon at hand.
Have you got your lucky
I
big
kind
dice?
I jinxed the roll, I guess, before rolling it.
Oh,
But
no.
I'm just and yeah, let's go. Yeah, I totally jinxed it. That's it. Now let's spend it. On the other hand, with a 6, I rolled 1 and a 6, so with a boon and really turn things around, and a charisma of 3, that's a total of 9. He's very confident in his whatever he's saying.
He is. I think the confidence seems to, from Carl's expression changing, the confidence seems to put that doubt in Carl's.
And by the way, so apologies for interrupting you.
No.
He didn't lie. He was very careful with his words. In his buckle, it's the most secure place ever. You know? He didn't lie, but it made it sound like it's Fort Knox or something. But in a way, it is, you know.
Yeah, that is smart. That is smart. And the role and the explanation. Looking at Carl's face, he nods. He says, "So, if you don't have it, Otto, and it seems like you don't, it means I can't let you go anytime soon. It sounds like you know where this artifact is, and well, you've bought yourself a bit more time alive, but that time it will be to lead me and the group I work for to gather this artifact. So,
if I may, Carl, it's not the first time that I've encountered a group similar to yours. One time was a cult, another time was this thing, then another one. But yeah, this time is a legion, and I do not underplay your resources, your intelligence, your manpower. But where do you stand in all of this? I know you're not the leader, and now you do have a card that can propel you to new heights. But what are the new heights for an organization such as the one you're involved with? we both know you're not going to take the place of the leader, and we both know that, or maybe I'm the only one who knows, but I've dabbled with the occult and items of supernatural origin. And if indeed combining the sexton compass with all four parts would lead to some great gift, such as the power of a mastery over space and time, do you really think that your blue-eyed leader would share that power with you? So what's the play here? What's your angle? And honestly, um, uh, I do feel my adversaries are in par with my own intelligence and status. So I'm asking almost as a friend, what is your take in this? What do you think you would expect you will gain from all of this?
Are you playing to his ego, or are you playing to his, I guess, the education of it? I guess, what angle are you taking? You play, yeah. Are you trying to like make him feel like the big man, or like logically?
I don't know. He wasn't that much of manipulative when he spoke. The way I felt it role playing that
Yeah,
sentence,
no, it was
he
nice. He said,
he kinda meant everything he said.
Yeah.
Really. Uh,
then let's go for
he did outsmart him twice. So
yeah. Let's
you
go
know,
for education then.
he's
Let's go education.
okay.
If you're not, if
Whatever
you're
you feel
speaking,
like.
if Rudy's speaking his truth, like the truth of it, this is you're playing to Carl. Like, there's honesty in what you say, right? There's honesty in what Rudy's saying. So is Carl picking up on this? Is he? Is it picking at the edges of Carl a
Yeah.
bit? I guess.
Yeah, it's obviously he in the back of his mind is saying all this to delay him, you know, you know, maybe to learn something. But yeah, whatever he said is not like a deception or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask to add my +2 occult. That would be too much. So let's go with straight education. No, that was a total of 5. Not good enough.
But what you said, I think, what you said within as Rudy, I think there was depth to it. There were some excellent points, and I think in that regard, Carl stops to think somewhat.
Maybe I planted some seeds of doubt in his mind or something. Yeah,
It's quite possible. You sort of see him, his eyes sort of look upwards to the corner, like to the corner of his eyes, and almost hesitantly back, he says, "But we serve a greater purpose. It matters." Almost like he's shaking himself out of it. So it doesn't matter what I believe. There is no personal gain. We serve a greater purpose. We serve a greater leader. We serve a greater goal. This is far beyond you and I in this room. You're a learned man, Otto. You talk of the artifacts, the compass, wisely. These are things that we've been told, and we will discover this great item of power that will bring power to he who wields it.
yes, he, not we, not us, not even they. So, do you really think your precious leader is so altruistic or an idealist that whatever he does would be for the sake of the legion and not for the sake of self, of individual? And 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 if the legion, you know, if it's one person really controlling a legion, is it a legion at all?
But the Legion is many. We
Many foot soldiers, but only one king.
many kings, but one true leader.
Okay. So again, one king, the rest are pawns. Speaking
Well,
again with chess parallels.
the it saddens me, Otto, that you are a man of our nation, but you don't understand our goals.
The truth is, I haven't been in Germany for many decades now.
he's flouncing around the world. That may be, but is not ultimately blood thicker than anything else? But then maybe your blood isn't pure enough for Otto after all.
I've been hearing some rumors and some things circulating about the things you speak of, but if I may return to the previous subject that I raised, if you can tell me now and convince me that you know, in fact, what to do with the sextant compass once it's complete, I will say nothing else. I will give you all the victory I need. Hell, I might even guide you to the rest of the pieces. And he's honest at the game, and he says, and I'm more honest in that what I say. But if you don't really know what to do, even if you had all 4 pieces right now combined, then you need to worry more than I worry about yourself, Carl. Where you found yourself caught up in.
Well, Herr Otto, really, maybe we don't need all 4 parts of this compass if we have either you or Herr Guerrero. You see, we plan to succeed where the Spanish failed. Our goals will succeed far more than that Spanish generals did. You must know where the bracelet is. Why don't we make you richer than you could have ever imagined? If we forget about these old trifles, he sort of plays with sort of throws the artifact up and down there, but if we just don't worry about these trifles and instead head straight to the bracelet.
So the whole purpose of the sextant compass is to lead you to the bracelet of Magdalene, Mary Magdalene. Is that the whole purpose of it all?
You must know as well as we do, Otto, in our great teachings we've had as Legion, that put together these pieces lead a man to the most powerful item. And through our Legion Fathers' travels and research, we believe that is the bracelet that you and Herr Guerrero indeed had your hands on in the SS Cans that had somehow vanished before you had reached St. Moritz. Our leader says of the great speech you gave in St. Moritz, how much the people stood and applauded your research, your tales, but you were so vague about this bracelet, and now is the time for the bracelet to be uncovered once more, don't you feel?
If you think that this bracelet was the greatest artifact that this world has ever known, and if you had like a genie in a lamp to fulfill your every wish, that would be the height, the ceiling of your imagination. You are her orders. In a way, in more ways than once, I am disappointed.
You can't disagree, Hiroto, that we had a man on that ship serving who saw the bracelet being wielded, the power within that.
Oh, I'm not saying it was a fake. I'm not saying that.
And yet you are unwilling to lead us to the bracelet?
Apologies, but I still cannot go over that whole ass thing because you, Carl, I really fear for you. I feel that you're being manipulated with people around you, and you seem like a smart man. As I said, you already outwitted me twice. You are equal terms with me, the highest stratospheres of intelligence, and yet I see your short-sightedness, and I just cannot move past it, you know.
Roll an education, hit a 7, and you're good.
Maybe I add the occult here. I don't know. I'm just
Okay,
right.
take a cult, but hit an 8.
Okay, fair enough. Occult and an 8. So I need a 3 and above. That's a 50% chance you're giving me. Fair enough. Oh yes, and I rolled a 4, so it is a 9.
Carl pauses and thinks there's something in it. You see something in his eye. Something
I'm
changes just a small amount. Not a softening, not a hardening, but something like there's a thought that hasn't been there before, I suppose. But in this exact moment, you hear a female scream from down the corridor. Fire! Fire! Gaston Delarue. Anna has
Sorry, go
just seen the smoke and the shout has gone up. Fire! Fire! She sort of looks around, looks for what she should do in this situation, I guess.
Gaston will he'll sit back in the chair and he'll pull out his case and he'll light up another cigarette and he'll wait for her to, I suppose, make a move somewhere, or do something that would distract her. If that happens, otherwise he's quite happy that she's shouting and making some noise. I think.
What are you doing? You're by the sink. Fill the bucket. Put it out.
Well, you said that I'm useless and dead either way. Is that not right? I suddenly remembered my Charlemagne. Mine is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. And he takes a long drag.
Oh my goodness! Honestly, you're one roll away from seducing her there and then with that sort of stuff. She pauses. She stands up, half goes towards the fire itself, half goes towards the sink, and then she pulls open the door and runs out shouting, "Fire! Fire!" I'll be back to you in a second, Gaston. Tony, you hear the shout of "Fire! Fire!" and a woman that you recognise as Anna Zukov all you know is it's a woman that you know that is one of the tied up archaeologists that Gaston was taking to safety, running out of a room shouting fire.
But she's armed, right?
She does appear to have oh, we'll make a roll from that distance. It's far enough. It's she's running. Hit an education, please.
Okie dokie. That's 7 total.
She's got something in her hand, but you can't tell what it is.
Okay.
She runs towards she runs out and she's heading towards away from you.
All right. Have I actually spotted any evidence of fire myself?
This stage, let me roll. Nothing at this moment. No smokers yet will have come through the door.
Then in that case, I will yell out, of course, where?
Anna sort of half pauses, turns around. She's not expecting you in that corridor. She sort of looks at you like confused, like, and then her sort of face sets again. She's like, "In there, it's Gaston. He's in trouble."
Even I might feel, even an Italian might feel there's something a bit suspicious about her running away, saying he's in there and he's in trouble. Can I roll a check to find out if I buy this? Or because if I don't, then I'm going to yell out Gaston's name and ask for him to fill me in on what's going on.
Yeah, you can roll an education, please.
Okay. That's a total of 9.
Things don't add up.
All right.
Why is she running in that direction, which is not a great direction because that's probably where people you don't want to be? Why has she left him in there? Why is there no fire that you can see? All these sort of things are playing in your mind.
I'm going to call out Gaston. You okay?
I assume I hear this.
You do. The door is open. The house is not that large.
He'll shout back. It's Anna. She's with Legion.
As he says this, she's just vanished around that corner, out of gun sight.
And if I may, Luke, once she's left the room, he will try and get some water from the sink and douse the fire. I actually want to burn the place down.
I'll let you douse it. It's early enough still. A couple of buckets full and it's doused.
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah, Tony. So Anna's with Legion. She's vanished around the corner. Yes,
okay.
That is your stealth socks. Go on, give them all.
I'm going
We're
to.
like Carl. Give Carl a bit.
I'm going to. This is obviously not going as I expect. So I'm going to step over the corridor to the door where Rudi is.
Yep.
Because that door's shut now, isn't it?
It is shut now, yes.
I'm going to tap on it with the muzzle of the submachine gun, please.
Inside Rudi, you notice Carl smirk at you. He says, "Well, I guess the 5 minutes is up. I guess it's time for you to hand you over to my friends." And he opens the door.
Are they really your friends? He says, for some more doubt in his already troubled mind.
as he sort of half opens the door, there does appear to be like he's opening it for his friends, but there is doubt in there. Maybe fortunately or unfortunately for him. He opens it, and there is a man with slightly stained trousers, a white shirt, slightly stained, a jacket, and a submachine gun in hand. It's Tony Guerrero. He looks at you in shock, and
that's definitely not your friend.
He's trapped between the two of you. He doesn't know what to do for a second.
Well, I do know what to do. As soon as I see that this is clearly not a good situation, I'm going to solve the problem as far as I can go by just striking him straight across the head with the SMG.
Okay, roll a. I guess this would be a combat, but you've got an up on it. So I'd like you to roll for me a hand-to-hand 1d6 plus your strength, please.
Maybe it is a bit daring. Is it a bit daring?
It is, yeah, it's quite daring, I suppose. There's a certain daringness to it.
Okay.
Socks, it wasn't as unpopular as when Ewan saved the life of Fess.
7 total.
that was
hopefully
the floopy Hippocratic idiot.
7 total.
7 total. You bring the machine gun down on the but the angle's not quite right. It's across the bridge of the nose, which explodes as bridges of noses tend to do under such thing. Blood spurts out. He staggers backwards, but he's still conscious. But he is staggered back. I'm going to make you go into initiative in a second, unless any of you wants to do anything in the next couple of seconds that stops combat.
There is still time for you, Carl, to pull out and reconsider. Please reconsider your ways.
Oh, I like it.
But I will start walking towards him. But yeah, if he surrenders, Rudi will not allow him to get hurt. Now that he has seen that there is reason even in unreasonable members of the Legion. And maybe, if you drop one piece of a domino, the rest will follow. This is the only way to beat Legion. Who knows? Lots of things going through Rudi's mind.
Rudi's entering his pacifist era. I'm here for it.
After decades of violence, maybe.
Exactly. All he wants is peace in the occult, just a quiet life. Could you please roll a charisma, please? This is persuade, basically.
Okay. It was meant for roleplay. I didn't mean to stop the initiative. By all means, let's roll initiative.
No, bang a charisma. This might stop combat, Rudi.
It's a 7.
Ooh, that's an awkward one. I'm going to roll something. Hang on. Carl pauses. Blood streaming from his nose. His hand's gone up to his nose. He sort of looked at Tony. He's sort of, I'm guessing, sort of round the corner now, pointing the machine gun at him. You advancing on him, Rudi, with your words saying one thing, your terrifying demeanor closing on him. He thinks things through, and he drops his pistol to the ground and gets down on his knees.
Wow.
it worked. Whatever we did worked.
It's like trying to pot the black ball in one corner, and it hits 3 cushions and goes in another corner.
Yep. Well, as long as it goes in. I'm obviously going to not take my eyes off the guy, but I'm going to say, you okay, Rudy?
Yes, we were just engaged in a deep philosophical debate about freedom, individuality, politics, I suppose, occult, the bracelet, of course, the bracelet resurfaced, and many other things. But I believe there is hope with this young man. There is still hope left. Where is Gaston?
That's an excellent question. He's alive in a room down the corridor.
Who's stealing
I like
fire?
I like to think at that point that Gaston comes walking out, smoking his cigarello, and says, I'm just down here, Rudy. I was just having a great philosophical debate about whether it's better to be on top or underneath, and the absence of guns. The fire's been dealt with. No need to worry.
As Gaston saunters out of that door and starts going towards the corridor, down the corridor to our heroes, he hears a gunshot, and the wood next to his shoulder in the door, about a foot away, explodes into like shards of wood as the bullet goes in. There's a shout from the stairs as Anna says, "Follow me! They're all up here. They're loose." And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh.
Ooh la la.
Okay, let's go take a 5-minute drink and toilet, etc. break, and we shall be back for part 2 of tonight's Tony and Rudi brackets and Gaston. We're back. We're back from daydreaming about the future, things that have not yet happened. Our deal to you, dear viewers, is that for our 10th anniversary of Tony and Rudi, brackets and Gaston, which is probably another 5 years away, we are going to run Tony and Gaston in a 1980s old people's home. So make a note for it. 16th of November 2030, whenever it is, it's happening. It's happening. I'm looking forward to it. I'll forget by then, but someone else will remember. You know it. And you can all have Spares and Socks. You can both have roles in it as well. Definitely a Nurse Ratchet. I think Spares would be really good as like maybe like a janitor that's leaning on the mop, like full of wisdom as you come out. Well, I remember. There's a way out of
The
this.
janitor would be a member of the Legion, judging by the stuff, Fate's adventure that we're involved with.
It's Carl. Carl's cleaned up and got a job. He's loving it. Okay. Speaking of which, Gaston has mooched out of female dorm 2, cigarillo in hand. I've got a picture of him like with one hand in his front pocket, like Noel Coward or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just wandering towards his friends down the corridor. The wall splintering behind him as a gunshot rings out, and the sound of many footsteps running up the wooden stairs round the corner. So, my 3 heroes, over to you.
I'm going to call out to the other 2 quietly, of course, but to the other 2, ignoring completely for the moment the kneeling chap on the floor. Is there another way out of here?
First things first.
Sorry, go.
I think it's okay. You can go
on. Gaston will duck down, hearing the splintering wood behind him, and shout, look around, and then look back to Tony and Rudi, and he'll say, "Last room on the left. There's a fire escape." What about the archaeologists?
Before we go, gentlemen, Carl, give us the piece you have of the sexton compass, and I promise you that we will let you go. I think you have a lot of things to think of, young man, and to decide for what to do with the time that is given to you, with your future.
Oh, he pulled out the young man.
Young man.
Okay.
Young man card.
Yeah.
Carl, there's a pause in Carl. It's like the future flashes in front of his eyes. A vision of being a janitor in an English old people's home, perhaps.
So matter.
Flying cars.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Nylon. Crimped hair. Bleached denim. I'm just rolling something. Then his face sets, and he looks up at you, Rudi, and he says, "It seems as though my friends have arrived. If I were you, I'd start running."
I hate Vienna Nazis. I'm going to try and knock him out with the butt of the submachine gun.
Well, Rudy was kind of waiting for that. So he will allow Tony to get up to ye high with the weapon, just enough to scare Carl, I suppose, and then he will get between them and say, "I'm a man of my word. If you give us the item right now, we'll let you go." And maybe it would be a good chance to change your ways and to be free with all the knowledge and wisdom you have. Don't waste your life away, Carl.
All right. I need you to roll a contested charisma roll, please. So you're going to roll a d6 with your charisma. I'm going to roll with his, and we're going to see where it lands.
Let's see.
Let's see. We can make the story go in very different ways right now.
But my total roll was a 6.
Carl looks down briefly. You hear at the corner of your ear, you hear another couple of gunshots. You hear Gaston sort of getting closer, like he's being forced your way slightly by the gunshots. You hear the first footsteps sounding like it's onto more carpeted floor. Maybe the first the group have sort of reached the top of the stairs. You sort of hear Gaston calling out, like, "What about the archaeologists?" And he looks up at you, Rudi, and he says, "Heil Hitler."
Oh. We don't really know what that means by that moment or something, right?
Oh, no, we'd be familiar with that phrase.
Okay. Is it already spreading?
Yeah.
Then Rudi steps aside and allows Tony to knock him out, and maybe, actually, sorry, Rudi would know where the sexton is, where the part at least is, because he boasted to him looking for that or something. So he must have seen what he put it on his pocket, he put it behind his back or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much still in his hand, to be honest. He dropped the pistol, but he still had it in his hand.
Okay. Well then, as Tony's knocking him out, he will make sure he will retrieve it.
Cool. I'm not going to make you roll for the knockout. Is it literally to brain him, basically?
Yes.
Thankfully, it would be embarrassing if she would miss at this moment.
I'm not going to make you miss it. Hit Rudi's hand as Rudi's trying to get the artifact. As he sort of says that, he's sort of caught you with a steely gaze, and as his sort of eyes meet with yours, Rudi, Tony brings the weapon down across his head, and there's no missing this time. It is a horrific clonk sound, and you've well and truly knocked him out. Maybe more. Who cares right now? But he is down and out. His hand opens slightly to reveal the Persian artifact, Rudi.
Yeah.
Which you can take if you wish.
Yeah. Rudi definitely takes it.
Okay. As soon as he's slumped to the floor, I'm going to turn to Gaston. So the fire escapes in these private quarters.
So I assume, Gaston, you've made it along towards their door.
Yeah, he'll be walking. I suppose he'll be walking backwards along because he's still got the rifle, right?
Yeah.
That thing. You're cool.
Hang on. Hang on a second. Let me check the notes. Because you went up with the rifle. You were de-armed when you were tied up. So I believe
that's true.
Some of you did
Yeah,
take
yeah.
things, but I've got a feeling it was just Tony took a chair leg.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I think you were weaponless. The only person with a weapon right now is Tony with the submachine gun, and there is a pistol on the ground next to Carl.
And don't forget Rudy's two hand cannons, obviously. We're talking about
always.
weapons.
He's always well armed.
Yes,
Rudy.
the most dangerous. Yeah, well, in that case, he'll just be heading straight down the corridor towards them, I guess, with no further inputs.
Okay. As you sort of get towards that doorway, you do notice, Gaston, is that the glint of a weapon around the corner and another gunshot which thuds into the wall near the door of the female single room. As you're working your way down the corridor, they've sort of not really aimed, they've just fired one around at the sort of sound of your voice in there.
And he'll call back to Tony and say, yeah, last door on the left.
Okay, so effectively we're in the right place to find the escape. Is the door to male dorm 1 open?
You wouldn't be able to tell from here, Tony, unless you want to look out. It was shut. It was shut when you went into male dorm 3, all of a few minutes ago.
Right. Okay. All right.
Gentlemen, do you still have your pieces of the sexton compasses with you, or did someone take them from you?
I have nothing.
Gaston, do you have yours?
I still have, yeah.
So, question, Luke, which one is missing? We have the Greek, the Egyptian, and the Persian.
You don't have the Roman one, so Tony woke up with the Roman one missing.
Yep.
We don't know where the Roman is, right?
Correct.
Yep, that's the one we're missing. I mean, we're fairly confident it's in this building, but
yeah, Tony had it, but when we woke up, it's the only one that they searched and found or something.
Yeah, the others were too well hidden, it seems, or they in what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Should we really retreat now, or okay, maybe judging by the fireworks, he looks at the splintered door from the gunshot, and okay, we have more than we had when we came here. So yes, let's make a quick escape, an expeditious retreat.
Okay. We've got to try and save the archaeologists. We've got to try and get back the 4 pieces. But we really don't want them to be able to unite the 4 pieces and catch them on us, do we? So, okay, well, if Gaston's heading into the private quarters and Rudy's there or can get there as well, I'm going to sort of step back into the corridor, or at least peer around the doorway, and see if I can see anything towards the stairs.
Excellent. Roll an education for me, please. So, Gaston, are you still in the corridor, as it were?
Gaston would have been heading towards Tony and Rudi, more towards the private quarters. They clearly are more experienced, more have far more daring do, and many more ahas than he does. So he'll sort of be following their lead, I suppose. If no one's interested in the pistol on the ground, he'll pick it up.
Okay.
Pistol's
That's
yours.
an 8, Luke.
Okay, fantastic. So let me just get everyone right in my head. You're currently all in male dorm 4. Gaston has just taken the pistol from the ground. Tony has an submachine gun. Rudy's got 2 cannons anyway. You
Yeah.
have 3 artifacts. You've just poked your head around the corner. Another gunshot fires. It hits the wall at the end of the corridor, but it's only one gunshot. You can hear like a few more footsteps running up the stairs, but you would assume that they are massing behind that corner for now. I don't know how much longer for, but that's where they are.
All right. And we know, because Gaston's just told us, that the fire escape is in the private quarters on the other side of the corridor.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to say to the other 2, I don't have a piece of the sextant. So if you make a break for the fire escape, I'll try to slow them down and see if I can chase after you. And I'm then going to get into the corridor, since there's no one in there at the moment, and start making my way as rapidly as I can towards male dorm 1.
Tony, that's a bit too daring do even for you.
This is definitely getting a dare and do roll, that's for sure.
Can
Yes, Gaston.
as soon as Tony makes a move for it, can Gaston put some covering fire down the corridor, I guess?
You can. Let's make some multiple rolls. So, Tony, immediately as you come out of the corridor, to your right is that body, but it appears that the last round that was fired, sort of kind of blind down the corridor, appears to have embedded itself or gone through the poor soul's body, and that body appears to be bleeding out.
Okay.
You're going to make some rolls now. It's going to be agility with daring do.
Okay.
But let's back you up with some Gaston work, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what we'll do. We're going to come up with some new bits and pieces that will work for this Gaston. Firing is always agility.
Wonderful.
So you're covering fire. You're going to roll an agility. There's no seduction.
Yeah.
So please roll a flat agility, please.
That is good. That's a 5 + 4 for a 9, please.
Fantastic. So the first shot sort of makes them sort of you sort of see the barrel of the weapon sort of back up a little bit, like it was a very good covering shot. So Tony, as you charge forwards, we'll give you agility, daring do, and we'll give you a +2 on top of that as well because of the cover.
Wow,
Okay.
you got this.
All right. Well, my agility is 1.
Yeah, he not got this.
I do have a daring do as well.
It's very, as Rudi said, very daring, even for you.
Yep. And +2, you say?
Yes, please. That was a very
Hope
good
for the
roll
best.
from Gaston.
Okay, that I'll live with. That's a total of 10.
Oh yeah. You hair off down the corridor with an agility and speed that Rudi Otto has not seen in you since the day he met you. Maybe it's the absolute fear of like gunfire, the uncertainty of everything, or bravery. But you make it to that male dorm 1 before the barrel even pokes its way back round again. And if you're wanting to barge through that door, it's happening.
Yes, we are going to enter that door immediately, if that's okay. And
Yep.
and then without any pause, assuming the room is empty, which I don't actually know yet.
You crash through the door and immediately come face to face with 3 very nervous archaeologists, all wielding an array of chair legs and metal poles.
Okay. I'm going to call out to them something along the lines of, get to the other end of the corridor. And without even looking to see if they comply, because I think time is of the essence here, I am then going to turn right, and I would very much like to empty the magazine of my submachine gun through the wall in a long horizontal line, please. Just hold the trigger down on the noisy button until it goes quiet again.
I like it. That's an agility, please.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would be.
But depending on how you roll on it will depend on the outcome, if that makes sense. It's not it's not a straight succeed or fail because you're firing for it. Anyone can fire at a wall.
Oh, I'm firing blind, but I'm just hoping to spray through and basically keep their heads down for a while.
Yeah.
I know if I hit one, that's great, but I'm not relying on precision here.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a 6 plus 1 for agility. Can I have a daring do for this?
Is firing at a wall daring?
I don't know that it is, to be honest.
It's avant-garde, if anything, and there's no such thing as an avant-garde roll.
No.
Maybe
so a total of 7 then.
All right, 7. Okay. You do hear some crying out from behind the wall, from a couple of different voices, actually. Sort of a cry out in pain, and you can sort of hear some sort of get down, take cover calls as the gunfire sort of quietens off a little bit.
Okay. Have the archaeologist people started moving?
They have. So it is indeed the 3 that you would expect. It's Monsieur Canard, it's Hightower, and it's Lars Persson. And they've started running down the corridor.
Okay, then I will pursue them if I may.
You may. As you go through the door, though, I need to roll something, which I don't really want to roll, but I do need to roll something.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Okay. As you're about to leave the room, there is sort of a round of fire that goes out, but only one. And as you sort of go out into the corridor, you sort of head down, ready to go. You do see the body of Lars Persson slump in front of you and crash to the floor.
Any idea where he was hit?
In the back, running away from that end of the corridor, which you're now running away from too. So from where you'd expect them to be.
Yeah. Well, if I can, I will try, as I'm behind him, I will try to sort of catch him as he falls a bit. and drag him along the corridor as best I can.
That's a strength, please. That's quite daring, though, to try and save someone. So take a strength and daring.
Okay, well, strength is 2, and I have a daring do. Okay, I think that ish. That's a 7.
You sort of grab onto him and you're pulling him. The other two have got ahead. They're running towards the end where I guess they see you, Gaston, sort of by the doorway. Tony, you sort of grab Lars and he's sort of like already like his eyes are wide in shock, sort of starting to cough. You sort of grab him sort of over your shoulder and like pull him. You do get him to the other end, but as you're near the end, you feel his body tense for a second, just a millisecond before you hear the gunshot, and he's taken another round to the back. He slumps forward a bit, and he's conscious, but he's in a lot of pain. And you sort of half look back. There's blood all over his back. And he's slumped more heavily against you, and you're starting to hear shouting from the back. They're kind of trying to start reordering themselves, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, my only goal at the moment is to try and drag him as fast as I can towards the private quarters.
Yep. I would say I'm happy for all of you by this point to be pretty much outside of the main door, the men's dorm 3 door. They've made it to that point. Rudy's just inside that doorway. I guess Gaston's around there as well. It's really sort of grouped together by there. You've got 2 archaeologists very much on foot. You've got Lars Persson draped. And you've got the sound of shouts and reorganizing from the corner of the corridor.
If we're all down that way, I guess Gaston will fire another round just to remind them that we are actually armed. And he'll call out. Actually, he'll call out. Listen, Anna. I know I made a hash of things, but let's not act like what we had was some passing fling. How about we drop the dramatics and see if we can talk it out?
Are you referring to Anna Zuko? Is she against us? Rudy hasn't really realized up to now.
He hasn't connected.
She's Legion. We met her in St. Moritz with the blue-eyed man out on the out in the bar, the outside.
Oh.
You hear a shout back.
On me.
You hear a shout back, Gaston. She says, "Maybe I'm the first woman that won't be a notch on your bedpost. But I'm about to make a notch in your leg." And you hear gunfire, which misses by quite a long way. She's not a great shot. She's an archaeologist.
Okay. He'll turn to the other two and just say, I don't think it's going to work out.
Political differences. Yeah, I'm just going to keep dragging Person as best I can. And I know I'm not the strongest person, but I'll give it my best.
Okay, I'm sure he appreciates it.
And obviously into the room as close to the fire escape as I can get him. I'm going to try and keep my wits about me, but basically, just keep goal oriented for the moment.
So you're all piling into the private quarters, is that the plan? And Tony?
I certainly am.
How about you, Rudy? What are you up to right now?
He will be heading towards the exit. Obviously, he's not gonna leave his friends behind. But since he has 2 artifacts, he really doesn't want them falling on Legion's hands. So for the moment, he will be prying towards the exit and waiting for the others to do their. He will pass the torch of doing heroic stuff to the others and wait for their turn to shine, and then hopefully they will all come back together.
Well, luckily for Rudy, the other two have been particularly heroic this evening.
They're very heroic, yeah.
So heroic. And so, sort of the group of you, the three of you, the two archaeologists, and last person who's really starting to struggle with consciousness right now, Tony, by the time you're getting him to the door. Sort of looking up with you, big wide eyes of shock. You get to the private quarters door, you sort of get it open, you pile in. It's pitch black in there. I think the first person in is probably Rudi Otto, if he's leaving heroism to everyone else. It's pitch black in the private quarters, Rudi. You are first one in.
Wait for the others.
Okay.
Gaston will definitely follow everyone.
Gaston would be the next one in because I picture him sort of leaning there, firing in as the other two come. So him and the next two are probably piling in behind Rudi. You also notice, Gaston, that it's very dark in there, that curtains appear to have, you're guessing curtains have been pulled over it. There's no light anywhere in that room. And it's not like your eyes are seeing anything immediately, so it's black in there.
Okay. I guess at this point he's probably still more focused on the corridor there and getting Tony and Lars across. So I still have a head sort of half stuck out the doorway, I guess.
And then Tony, you managed to drag Lars in. There's another gunshot rings out, which hits the end wall.
Okay. But I've effectively made it to the room now, black though it is.
Yes, so everyone that is on your side, that is still conscious and alive, is in the room. The private quarters. You're all within a metre or two of the doorway because, you haven't wandered further. Like I say, it's dark. You don't want to trip over things. You're all by the doorway. Gaston's very much keeping an eye out by the door. And you're in. All of you are in.
Okay. When you say it's dark in here, is it like dark but our eyes will adjust, or is it dark as in there is no light?
Well, it's a room where all the lights are off. That we're getting into the evening now, of course. And outside, the curtains must be closed, or something's in the way of the curtains. There's no light coming in. There's no interior light, so your eyes are probably adjusting, but not super fast.
Okay. I suppose I will say to Gaston, where's that fire escape?
I assume, Luke, that I saw it being from a window.
Yes,
Is that right?
Every room appeared to have, as you looked out, every room on this side appeared to have a window sort of halfway along the wall. This was the one that had the fire escape out the window.
And he'll say, correct me if I'm wrong, at the window, far side of the room.
As you say that, Gaston, you hear like the spark of a lighter across the room. You look over, and in the light you see the end of a cigarette light up, and the flash of very bright blue eyes. A voice says to them, weapons down. Your 5 minutes is up. And that's where we're ending for tonight.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh no!
damn it! Right at the moment that my camera started to end the buffering or whatever, I was ready to give a hell of a monologue.
Oh, we'll start the next session with the monologue.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't have any monologue played out, but I wouldn't
No
like.
time
I
to
wouldn't
prep
like.
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you,
This
Luke.
guy.
Thank
Yeah,
you, guys.
thanks.
Very heroic work tonight. I'll tell you what, it started kind of sleazy and ended up quite heroic. I know all the emotions from you guys tonight.
That's all two of them. Yes,
All two,
Good sleaze
all
work.
two of the emotions.
all two of them. And I don't know, Rudi played on a man's conscience. Let's go sleazy, conscience, and heroic. There we go.
Yeah.
Kind
Yes,
of.
I have to say I do appreciate the attempt to appeal to a. Let me get this right. A member of a Nazi murder cult appeal to his better side.
You know what? Up to this moment, Rudi has been punching them and fighting them. That they kept coming back. Maybe he thought for a change was time to talk to them. You know, maybe it didn't work. It didn't work, but it was worth a try. Or maybe it did. You know,
It nearly did. I think just because the other guys turned up in time, maybe it was just unfortunate with the timing.
Yeah, maybe we have planted some seeds that will grow.
Yeah,
I like to think so.
that's it. You've changed the whole course of the war. Well done.
Maybe this timeline, completely changes. There will be no
Yeah.
Second World War.
It's a totally different timeline. Exactly. What a joy.
From that speech. Maybe someone in Austria reads Rudi's book, and everything changes.
Exactly. Perfect. Utterly perfect. Well, dear friends, looks like we've got another Tony and Rudi brackets and Gaston on the Danube to complete. And although it probably won't be in 2 weeks' time, let's make it sure it's not a 6-monther.
Yes, let's do one fairly quickly.
Something in between, it will be great.
Yeah, it's somewhere between the two.
Yeah.
Will work out.
Thank you so much for the boon socks. Sparrow for
Very
the
much
chat.
appreciated.
Luke, thank you so much. Always a pleasure, boys. I had a great time.
It's a joy every time, John. Thank you.
Every time.
Thank you for your philosophy tonight. It was
apologies for the lags of the camera. It's better now, but it lagged for quite a bit of a session, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
It was fine.
Okay.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, Spares. Thank you, Socks. Thank you, anyone else that's watching. Ben and Ewan and myself. Good night, and we'll see you all soon next Friday. Toodaloo.
Good night.
Love you all.